Hello everyone, this is Celine from It's Simple Artisan Soaps. Today I have come with the recipe for foot butter. I know I should have come with this recipe a long time back, but I couldn't really formulate, or I can say that I just finally have formulated a recipe that I am happy with. I have been trying for so many days, but somehow I was not really happy with the recipes that were coming into my head. But now, the recipe that I'll show you today is something that I kind of am happy with. So I'll share it with you all. Uh, this recipe is more or less like a body butter, but there are slight changes. Um, so I'll show you that. And if you like to see videos like this, please do subscribe. Hit the like button if you like the video, and share if you think it'll be useful for other people. So I formulated uh, this recipe because I have cracked feet. Earlier it was just dry, but now it started cracking. I was trying other recipes, but it was not helping with the cracking of my heels. But this one kind of is soothing off the cracks on my heels. So I use my foot scrub, for which I'll put a link in the description below. And after using that, when I use this foot butter, it really helps with soothing off, and the pain for the cracks really has reduced, and it's healing off really well. So I'll show you my recipe. I'll take you to the recipe now. So my recipe calls for around 88% of oils and butters, uh, around 3% of lanolin, 3% of beeswax, uh, 1% of preservative, and 5% of arrowroot powder. The total weight of the foot butter I'm making today is around 100 grams. Okay, so this is not for people who are vegan, because obviously there's lanolin, which is got from sheep, and there's beeswax. If you want a vegan version, you can avoid these two things, and you can uh, have a formula without these two things. But I like the lanolin because it really helps with soothing of my cracked heels, and I like the beeswax because it gives a nice smooth feel to the feet. And what I normally do is I use, when during my bath, I after I finish washing my feet, I use the scrub, remove all the dead skin properly, wipe it dry, and then once I'm out, I put this foot butter, and I let it dry out a little bit, and then I put on socks and leave it on. So normally I do it before I go to sleep. So the whole night, the socks helps to absorb all the butters and the lanolin and everything into my feet, so it becomes nice and soft by the time it's the day. You can do this anytime. It's just that I do it in the night because then I don't have to walk, so it's easier to just wear the socks and go off to sleep. So what I have here as of now is 30 grams of cocoa butter. This is unrefined cocoa butter. uh, this has a very nice chocolate fragrance to it. Now, just because I'm using this unrefined cocoa butter, I'm not going to be using any kind of fragrance or essential oil. I mean, you can use refined cocoa butter, and then if you like to use any essential oils or fragrance oil, uh, you can go on according to that. But in this recipe, I'm not using any of those. So this is 30 grams of unrefined cocoa butter. The next thing I'm going to be adding is uh, sal butter. So we already have 30 grams. I need another uh, 38 grams of butters in this. So I'm going with the total I need for oils and butters, as I told you, was an 88%. So I'm going for 68% of butters, and the rest will be my oils. Oh, this I'm making for myself. So we need 3 grams of beeswax. These are beeswax pellets. These are uh, the white one, not the yellow ones. I don't want too much beeswax in this because I don't want it to be really hard. I want it to be easy to remove with my finger. If you want, sorry, that those were my dogs. Now instead of one, I have two. The younger one is hardly 15 weeks old. She's a Great Pyrenees, and she was being given away by one of my friends on the 1st of January. So she's like a New Year gift. She When we got her, she had a burnt snoot, the burnt nose, and a burnt mouth. She was so thin. Uh, Now she's become little more healthier. Her wound is healing up. So, my friend said that she was an abandoned pup. Someone had left her, and she was just roaming around the streets on, somewhere around Christmas, and they picked her up and kept her for a week. Uh, but then they couldn't keep her because they already had two dogs. So they asked me if I could take care of her, and we said okay. We were supposed to give her to the shelter, but we decided to keep her. So now she's with us. So now I have two dogs. So if you hear a lot of barking, and I have to pause my video because it's not one barking anymore, it's two of them. Sorry. Okay, so as I was saying, I want my foot cream, my foot butter to be soft enough that I can remove it with my finger. But if you don't want to put your finger uh, into the butter, you can add more beeswax to make it harder, and you can put it into one of the deodorant tubes, or even your lip balm tubes, and you can just apply it, like you can have it as a consistency of a lip balm, and you can apply it on your foot uh, as a balm, as a deo kind of a thing. But I'm okay with I like it softer. I like to just put my finger in and apply it on my feet. So, uh, so it's total of 68 grams of hard butters and 3 grams of beeswax uh, in here. So I will also be adding 3 grams of lanolin. So that's lanolin. I got it from Nature's Garden. It's such a soft, smooth product. I really love this. So going for like 3 grams. This is a product you can add to your lip balms also. It really gives a nice feel to your lip balm. But again, anyone who's vegan obviously wouldn't um, want this. So that's 3 grams. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the microwave for 30-second bursts and melt this entire thing down. You can use a double boiler method, but since the amount is so small, I don't want to do a double boiler. I'll just put it in the microwave and melt it, and once it's all melted, I'll get you back. Okay, so I have all my hard butters, beeswax, lanolin, all of that melted out here. Now to this, I will add my uh, light oils. So what I have here is grapeseed oil infused with calendula. Calendula, uh, from what I have read, is very good for healing cracked skin. That's your cracked heels. It's also it's also good for as an antiseptic. So that's why I'm using a calendula infused grapeseed oil. Using around 15 grams of this. Went over a 15, but that's fine. So it's a 20 grams that I put right now. To this, I'm adding 2 grams of vitamin E oil. And I'll be adding uh, avocado oil. I'm adding around 5 grams of avocado. These are my oils and butters. Now, earlier in the recipe, I had not specified glycerine, so I'm putting in around 1 gram of glycerin. Glycerin is a nice humectant, so it will help keep the moisture locked in. Now I let this come down to a room temperature, or at least a little cooler than what it is right now, before I add my preservative. I mean, you don't need a preservative because there is no water in this, But again, since yeah, I'm going to be putting my finger into this. I prefer to add a preservative just in case there is any kind of moisture or anything on my finger. Uh, it, the product shouldn't grow any mold. And this right now I'm not making for sale. I'm making this for myself. So if you all are wondering why I, you know, am not wearing apron or things like that, that's because I'm making it for myself. Though the whole area is sanitized and things like that, uh, but this is for my own personal use. So I'll let this cool down a little bit. It's really very hot right now. It is at a 128 degrees Fahrenheit. It's around a 53 degrees Celsius. So I want to get it down to at least uh, a 50 degrees Celsius or less, that is. So let's see how long it will take. I'll keep stirring it. It's not such a big batch, so it shouldn't take too long. I'll keep stirring it. So I'll get you all when this is cooled down, okay? Okay, so this has reduced. It has come, the temperature is down to, I think, 48 degrees Celsius, 118 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'll add my preservative to this. Today I'm using Optifin. I'm using around a gram of. Now to this, I will add around 4 grams of cornstarch so that it is not too oily on the skin. I mean, if you don't want to add cornstarch, you can use arrowroot powder, tapioca starch, anything is good. And mix it well so that you can remove all the clumps. I mean, you can use it. You can also, beat it up like a body butter. But I'm not going to be doing that. I'm just going to be pouring it like this. Another thing is you can also use this as a body butter. It's just that uh, I would say that people who have oily skin or have acne, I would suggest don't use it as a body butter. Just use it as your regular foot butter, because the hard butters like cocoa butter and sal butter uh, can block your pores and cause more acne. And this is more towards keeping uh, your skin, because your foot is really dry, it's more to keep it more oily, so more moisturized. So if you have oily skin or you have acne prone skin, my suggestion is don't use it on your body or your face. It should be used for your feet, or very dry elbows, or when you feel that your hands are absolutely dry, or things like that. Uh, but if anyone else who has absolutely dry skin can also use it on their body, that would be okay. I'm just stirring this so that one, I don't have any clumps, and two, that it doesn't settle to the bottom. So this is what it looks like as of now. Once it cools and hardens, it's going to be more uh, like a cream or body butter uh, consistency, but just not a whipped body butter, just a plain body butter. So this is still hot, but I'll pour it in here. You know what? Let me do one thing. What I'm doing now is just seeing what is the weight of the product. So it's like 3.7 ounces is what is the total weight of the batch I made, and I've poured it into a 4 ounce jar. So it just fits a 4 ounce jar. The measurements that are there fits a 4 ounce jar perfectly well. So if I see this in grams, it's like 109 grams. So what I'm going to do is now I'm just going to leave this like this, let it cool down, because I don't want to close it right now since it's still hot. So I'll leave it like this. I'll get you all back when it is cooled, and I'll show you all what is the consistency of this, and I'll show you all a demo for this. Okay, so it's been like more than an hour, and this is what it looks like. It's hard. Uh, this is still not exactly solidified. This is a batch I had made earlier. It will look somewhat like this, but this is still soft. So this will solidify more after you keep it for a day. I'll show you this how it feels. So it's very much like a body butter, You can. So it smoothens out, it gives that feel. It's not really oily, but it's got that wax kind of a feel because of the beeswax and the lanolin. So once you put this on your feet, on your cracked heels, you can just so on your cleaned feet, you can apply this. You can put on your socks and leave it so that whatever moisture is there can get absorbed and be on your skin, on your feet, so that it can heal off those uh, cracks and dry skin that's there on the feet. Well, I've done it on my hand for now, but normally I do it on my feet. I don't. If I have very dry hands, if I've washed my hands too many times, or my hands are feeling really dry, I might apply this once or twice a day. But normally, I don't use it for my hands. It's normally for my legs. I don't obviously use it at all for my face. Because I have oily, in fact, I have a combination skin, and it's very acne prone. I get a lot of breakouts if I have these kind of oils and butters on my skin, so I cannot have this kind of a feel to it on my face. So So guys, that's about it for this video. Do let me know how you like this video, and as mentioned earlier, do hit the subscribe button. uh, if you want to see more videos, do hit the bell icon for any notifications about the new videos that I put. I'll try to put videos more often than this. It's just that I do not get as much time uh, to come up with new formulas, but there are some ideas that I have which I will be putting up. So that's it for now, and thank you everyone. See you in the next. Bye bye.